poppin' twin?
How's it going?
Hey, you doing?
Shh. Welcome to High Reads. Testing. 1, 2. Welcome back to my YouTube channel, Panda on Panda. It's your favorite and God's favorite, Panda. And welcome to High Reads, where we discuss the most controversial and comedic Reddit reads of the century. Well, Reddit reads are just in this century. But anyway, guys, we're talking the juiciest Reddit read stories while also partaking in what we love the most, cannabis. Anybody who knows me knows that I definitely love cannabis, and I also have worked at dispensaries, and I also partake in educational parts of cannabis, learning new things because it's such a wonderful plant and there's so many things that you can do with it. So I'm so excited that I now have a podcast where I get to incorporate my love of cannabis with my love of Reddit stories. Okay. And y'all, I swear to God, I used to be at work, doing work and listening to Reddit reads all day. So this definitely is a love of mine. And I'm so excited to share this with you. And I want it to be interactive. I want you guys to get in on these Reddit stories, okay? Respond. Tell me your favorite strain of cannabis that we are using responsibly and legally, okay? All right, guys, before we get into our Reddit for the day, I want to give you guys the strain of the day. And the strain of the day is Candy Runs number 22 or Candy Runs 22, whichever one. And y'all, this cannabis is very, very sweet, very berry flavored. I'm talking strawberry, blueberry type. Um, it's definitely not for first time users. This cannabis is around 30%, and I definitely felt it immediately, but I love it. Definitely not for first time users, but this is the wave we're riding today. So let's get into these Reddit reads. I really hope that I'm not messing up, like whether you guys can hear me or not. I feel like this is the best I can do is simply hold it because I have so much hair. Oh, I have so much hair. Okay, so let's get into our Reddit story for the day. And this Reddit story is from Skylar Jones 23 on Reddit. My boyfriend, 21 male, tried edibles with me, 24 female. So my boyfriend and I have been together for a little over 2 years. We live in a house his parents purchased and we pay rent and have 2 cats. I have always been a cannabis smoker as I grew up in a very unstable environment as a child and have a lot of trauma. It's a coping mechanism addiction now. Right from the beginning, I told him I smoked. He doesn't vape, drink, or smoke of any kind and doesn't like the idea of drugs. When we went on our first trip together, I took something to smoke with me. He was fine with it and we got to talking. I told him I would never make him smoke, but if he was ever curious, that he was safe with me. He expressed that he would never smoke but would be interested in trying edibles one day. Fast forward to my birthday a few days ago, I was gifted some brownies by a coworker. Brownies. My partner was quite keen. He bought 2 out from the kitchen and we had one each an hour and a half later. Wait, hold on. Y'all need to break up these sentences now. Okay, so she said, my partner was quite keen. He bought 2 out of the kitchen and we had one each. An hour and a half later, we had a second. Oh, y'all just throwing them on. And we watched some funny videos, cuddled together, laughed, goofed around, and had some us time. He told his best friend that he may or may have not tried edibles as he was supposed to go over and help his friend with go-kart stuff and obviously couldn't anymore. His friend was disappointed to say the least, lectured him over text, told him to do better, and he said that he thought he was joking. Now, my partner is saying he's not replying to his messages, and when he does, he's being rude, and he hasn't spoken to him since. Normally, they're always together for something. I underestimated how hard it is to read Reddit reads out loud, especially when they're not autocorrected. And I considered autocorrecting them, but I felt like it took the umph out of it. But we'll just press on forward. Should I feel guilty for the way it panned out with his friend, or is this just something that happens in life? I don't think I could forgive myself if me and my partner's relationship ruined his friendship. He's quite an old fashioned and awkward dude, my boyfriend, and struggles with self esteem, never thought he'd have a girlfriend, and doesn't have many friends. So I would be heartbroken if I would be heartbroken if this best friend gave up on the friendship over a brownie that quite frankly made my boyfriend very much happy and relaxed. Am I the jerk? So, this is why, like, and I have been here before, and to the boyfriends who like are new at smoking, I need you to stop telling people that your girlfriend gave you weed. I need you to stop telling people that your girlfriend gave you an edible. You're making us look bad. No one wants to be anybody's first like drug drop. Like no one wants to be somebody's first like, "Oh, just try it, just try it." Like that's such a gateway thing. So yeah, I would feel some type of way about him even telling other people that he tried it for the first time with me. But honey, like I feel like because what age are they? Okay, so her boyfriend is 21 and she's 24. So there's a 3-year age gap. But I do feel like 21 is still very, very young where you think that weed is basically crack. It's not. Um, Weed can be medicinal as well. So, getting down on people for using it is kind of an outdated thing in 2025. I think that his friend might have some growing to do because he hasn't yet tasted life and stuff. When you taste life, you're when you've tasted life, you're less likely to judge others on what they're doing or experiencing new things. You feel me? And I just feel like his friend is speaking from a place of no experience. And that would not be hard to assume, gathering that your boyfriend is 21 years old. So, clock that team. But I will say this. One time I was at a fashion show with somebody I was dating. Very, very casual, but I was cute. He was handsome, and he owned the store. And he was like, I'm like a weed head, so it's like it doesn't matter. I'm taking edibles. I smoked before the event. He asked me if I would give him an edible. And I'm like, "Are you sure you've never tried it before?" And he's like, "Yeah, yeah, I'm sure." Da, da, da. And I'm like, "Okay, cool." I give him an edible. He start acting strange and acting like his stomach hurt and stuff is going on. I'm like, "Oh, dang." He having a bad reaction, but it's like I've never seen anybody have a bad reaction to weed except for when I was in college, and it was just because we didn't know certain things and it was like lack of knowledge. But it was just one little edible, so I was just so confused on how it had just blown up into this huge thing. And what made it even worse is that he went and told his sister that I gave him the edible. And it's like, who are you trying to get in trouble here? Like like if I wanted your sister to like me, now she's not going to like me cuz she thinks I'm some type of drug pusher and I pushed you. I'm a pusher, Katie. I'm a pusher. And so yeah, I feel like don't do drugs with your man cuz they don't never know how to hold. They don't ever know how to don't do drugs with your man because they don't ever know how to handle it. And I will say, and I'm not trying to bash men, but y'all know how to handle weed the least. Like y'all know how to handle weed the least. Y'all be forgetting to go to work. Y'all be forgetting to brush your teeth. Like weed should not do all that. If a drug causes you to do all that, don't do no drugs. Don't do no drugs. And as for like the friendship, yes, girls, friendships fall out all the time. That's just how it's gonna be. I don't think you should put that on you. And I feel like one day the friend will come back around because he'll realize how stupid it is to judge somebody and to put that much pressure on them to be perfect, because at the end of the day, none of us are perfect. And yeah, sis, I wouldn't even waste no time thinking about that. Let's move on. Okay, on to our second story. My 35 female boyfriend, 40 male, has been struggling financially with his career. Okay, so she said he has been struggling financially and with his career. I feel like that's kind of the same thing, but well, I guess not. Here's a quick cannabis fun fact. Only female cannabis plants produce the potent buds slash flowers that get you high. Males are often removed. Power to the female. The future is female. The future is female. Okay, let's get back to it. Okay. So, my 35 female boyfriend, 40 male, has been struggling financially and with his career. Am I the a hole? And this is from at Yes spelled Yessree. Maybe she meant yes, sorry, but no. I, 35 female, have been with my boyfriend, 40 male, for a year. This first 4 months were great, but then he lost more than half of his clientele and fell into a major financial spiral. Here's the issue. He hid this from me. We moved in together in late June, and since then, he has been late on rent every single month. Very late. Mm. By the third week of each month, and for November, he still hasn't paid at all. On top of that, his car broke down about 2 months ago, and he hasn't been able to afford repairs. I lent him my brand new car to help out since I work from home. I lent out my brand new car to help out since I work from home, but I started feeling taken advantage of. I've also been feeling completely in the dark because he often tells me one thing and does another. Ooh, girl, that's a lot. I've kindly asked him to please let me know if rent will not be paid on time so I don't hear it from the landlord first. And when I tried to open up about how stressful this entire situation has been, it backfired. I've supported myself since I was 19. Transparency and shared responsibility don't feel like unreasonable expectations. Instead, he told me I'm materialistic, that my true colors are showing, and that I only care about money, which could be further from the truth. I just want honesty and for him to cover his portion of the rent. I told him that the financial instability plus him using my car for 2 months is making me extremely anxious. Every time I bring up anything that bothers me, he gets defensive, blames me, then stonewalls me for days until I eventually break down and apologize just to calm the situation. I don't know how to move forward. Am I asking for too much or are my expectations reasonable? The gaslighting has me doubting myself, but deep down I feel like I'm not being unreasonable. Okay, so let's look at the top comments. Shy Fidelity said, "Of course you're not the a-hole. He's an unreliable liar. Break the cycle and end the relationship." They be trying to cut people off real quick on Reddit. Next comment, Trail Saya, "Leave. He will drag you into financial hell. It's one thing that he has issues, but the lying makes it best to leave. There might be even worse things going on. Run." I mean, the next commenter said, the next commenter, "Successful listen 99. If you can't even express how you feel and you can't have a mature conversation, if you can't even express how you feel and you can't have a mature conversation, it's not a healthy relationship. You should leave." Okay, so pretty much everybody on Reddit thinks that she should leave. And I'm going to say, yeah, I think so too. The minute he starts talking about, oh, you're too much about money, you've already lost him and stuff. His pride is already dead. He's already feeling like, I can't talk to broke boys. I can't talk to broke boys. Like it's already giving that energy that Drake was singing about. Um, because like it literally exudes in their personality. So sis, I think it's better to just cut ties. He's lying anyways, so you can't really trust him to begin with. Definitely just break free. You can do bad all by yourself. And financial issues are a big part of like relationships. A lot of people don't think this, but like Financial issues will like end the relationship. It will put things to a halt. Financial issues are very, very traumatic, and it can cause you to have like health issues because you're so stressed. Being stressed and broke is like an epidemic. I'm so serious. And we are in a recession right now. So, sis, I would suggest that you just choose yourself, and maybe in a couple of years he will be like more established and get more sturdy on his feet, and he won't feel so resentful towards you because you're asking him the most basic questions. When is rent going to be paid? When are you going to get your car fixed? Because all of it is falling on you. And then whenever you ask questions, he's yelling at you, which means that, girl, you shouldn't have helped him to begin with. You shouldn't have helped him to begin with because he didn't want your help. You're doing too much. You're already doing too much. Like, yeah, I would just separate and, make your peace with everything. Go get you a roommate that actually pays rent. Um, Go get you a man who doesn't bark at you and has his finances together. And I'm not saying that you should never date anybody who doesn't have their finances together, but it can be rather hard when the dynamic is the man not having his finances together, because it definitely does change the personality of the relationship and just the the way that each other speaks to each other. And like reading what you have written here, it definitely gives that the relationship has soured and there's already a lot of bad blood between you guys. And I understand that in relationships, you want to give it a try because you don't want it to be small things like money that will break you up. And realistically, money is a small thing, but it's also a big thing. And that's why it's okay to let go. Like, I understand that you want to give it a try, but sis, don't stick it out. If he's feeling this way and he's already talking this way to you, there's nothing to stick out. I love you, sis. Choose better. Okay, so that is my only advice for girly girl. Thank you guys for listening to my first High Reads episode. Definitely tune in every week where I'll have more videos. Okay, we're dropping like hotcakes. And I also just want to be in this moment right now and thank you guys for being here for this episode. It is so cringe because I'm looking back and I can already tell that I'm going to cringe at like almost everything here and just my terrible reading of like the Reddit stories. But I'm just really happy that I really drug myself to do this today. And I'm really happy with the stories. And I really hope that you guys give me your commentary below. Um, I'll talk to you guys later and we'll be back for more high reads next week. See you.